This is why not everybody needs to have kids.
My dad died, so I started pissing on the lawn.
So then he shoots her.
I don't watch RuPaul's Drag Race.
Ooh.
What's up, Jelly Beans? Welcome back to episode 9 of Jelly.
As you can see, we are in a very different location today.
Right, our studio got shut down.
So now we are taking a walk in nature.
Literally walking our children in nature.
Right. And we're just experiencing what life has to bring.
Exactly. But we're on episode 9. Isn't that a gag?
It is a gag. Do you remember when you asked me what episode we're going to make it to?
I did. And you said 10.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're almost there.
Right.
And 9 is a special number, actually. You know how they say, like, 9, doing something 9 times creates a habit?
No, I've never heard that.
You've never heard that?
I've heard the...
Clearly, she never makes habits.
Well, period. I've heard that cats have 9 lives.
That, too. Why do they say that?
I don't know.
Is it because they, like, jump from high places and they end up surviving?
It's probably some mythical thing.
Not mythical thing.
I don't know.
Like...
Maybe it's a Egyptian thing.
Did you watch Puss in Boots?
Yes, I did.
That movie was so good.
It was very good.
Like, it slayed so hard.
It was very good, but then people are saying that the Shrek movie might be bad.
There's
new one.
There's another Shrek movie?
Yeah, because that's what the Puss in Boots... At the end of Puss in Boots, they're going to Far, Far Away Land. And they're making Shrek 5.
Girl.
Do you want a new Shrek movie?
Honestly, I don't.
Really?
I'm tired of reboots, sequels. Like, give me something new. Give me something new.
You're right, but I love Shrek, and it's one of my favorite franchises. I don't know, though. I just hope that they don't make it cringy.
Like, I just feel like classics like that have so much rewatchability already. Like, we don't need more and more and more and more. Like, you know they're making Toy Story 5?
Really?
Girl.
I thought that was over.
Toy Story 4 was already a stretch.
What?
And now they're going to come out with another one.
Well, you know what that reminds me of?
What?
So, apparently, Barbie is now the biggest grossing, like, global release that the Warner Brothers have ever released.
Mm-hmm.
And it surpassed Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, too.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So, now it's their most successful movie ever.
I heard from someone saying that Greta Gerwig might actually not even be nominated for Best Director.
Why?
And, like, partially is because someone was saying, oh, it's already enough that she is the highest grossing female director ever, and so she doesn't even need to be nominated for Barbie. But I'm like, just give her the props. Like, at least nominate her.
Yeah, but something tells me the nominee committee are going to be salty over it. Like, something tells me that they're not happy about it.
Yeah, I mean...
Because it's like Mattel, and it's like seen as like a cheap movie.
Exactly.
To like people who are like snobby film lovers. But it's so fucking stupid. Like, if you're that pretentious that you can't enjoy a fun movie, then you need to get your priorities in check. Like, it's not that deep.
Right.
It's really not.
Also, apparently 9 in numerology is like supposed to be a really good number.
Why?
It's supposed to mean, like, success and, like, fortune.
Okay.
Or something like that, but I don't be knowing.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe this is the mark of Jelly's success.
Oh, well, pure.
In our car.
Well, let's manifest it.
Well, period.
So that's the theme of today's episode, manifestation.
Right. Also, the other thing is, literally today might not have even happened because we were supposed to have a hurricane.
Fully.
And
here comes the hurricane, bitch.
As you guys can see, it's fully sunny.
It's fully sunny. Like,
not a cloud in the sky.
It's literally a nice day.
Fully.
The reason why we're not...
It's also kind of windy.
The reason why we're not outside is because of the wind. We were like...
Yeah.
Maybe the wind will obstruct the microphones. But if the wind wasn't like as heavy as it is, we would be outside because it's fully nice. It's the coldest... Not coldest. It's the coolest it's been this whole summer.
Oh my god, I'm so ready for summer to be over.
Yeah, no. Like, fall is that girl.
What's your favorite season?
Fall.
Period. Like fall is that hoe.
Literally, fall's the best season.
Fall and then winter and then spring and then summer.
I don't know about winter. I don't know about her.
So, what, you like spring better?
Yes.
Do you like summer better?
Well, summer's the worst.
Girl.
I'm biased against spring because that's my birth season.
Oh.
But fall is the best. Like I can't even front. I can't even say spring is the best just because I'm born in
I'm
spring.
a fall baby.
Like fall is really the
It's
best.
also Halloween. Also the colors are
Right,
everything. The
bro.
aesthetic, the clothes, the temperature, it's
Everything. The pumpkin
girl.
spice latte.
Fully.
And our white girl autumn era.
Exactly. I tell people that I get seasonal depression in summer and they're gagged.
Ooh, no, I used to get it too.
I still get it really bad.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, I really don't enjoy summer. Every summer comes around, it's too hot for me. First of all, we're in the South, so
Right.
it's really hot. And so I don't want to go out
Global warming.
fully. I don't even know if there's going to be a place on Earth that's going to be, like, nice and cool in summer.
Iceland.
Not even.
Well, like, eventually, yeah.
Right.
But maybe that's a little bit after our time.
Fully.
But no, like global warming's crazy. Like Texas and like fucking Phoenix and those types of places in the desert, they're about to become inhospitable in like the next coming decades.
And did you see that California had their first hurricane in like 100 years, and at the same time they had an earthquake?
An earthquake, I did see that, yeah.
I'm like, that is crazy.
Girl, end of the world.
For LA to get a hurricane?
End of time.
Although it could have been much worse.
Oh, it could have been much worse, girl. They could have gotten Katrina. Katrina.
Girl, not that.
Let's not joke about that.
Right, still too soon.
Not too soon, girl. It's been years.
And what?
Okay, well, you're right. The lives were still lost.
They still reeling from the devastation.
No, but tell me why presidents actually like shit like that, because then it lets them look like, oh, they're the savior, they're the hero.
Oh, 100%.
Like, this hurricane...
Do we need to go into the 9/11 rabbit hole again?
Ooh, you're fully right. Like, this hurricane that happened, like, all the people were trying to make it seem like they cared. When you know that they don't even care. They just care about their poll numbers.
Oh, fully.
Because election's coming right up, but let's not get too political.
Right, let's not start that.
Right,
Let's not start
right.
that. But what are we talking about today?
So today we're talking about dreams.
Yes, we are. Do you dream?
I dream sometimes. I don't think I had a dream last night. Did you have a dream last night? Oh my god, I did have a dream last night. I completely forgot about it.
Okay. Go ahead.
About my dream last night?
Sure.
Okay, well, my dream last night involved one of my friends, ex-friends, who I haven't spoken to in a very long time, and we had a falling out.
Ooh.
And in my dream, my mom was calling my friend to set her up with one of my friends.
Not that.
And then I was like, you guys would be really good for each other. But then the person, my ex-friend, was being very salty. And then she was like, I don't want to talk to you. Like, never call me again. And I'm like, okay, bitch. Like, I don't even care about you. And it was very staticky. That's all I can remember from my dream.
You also had a dream about my father.
Oh, a couple days back. Yeah, I did have a dream about
Which is so random.
I have dreams about the most random people.
No, I feel like dreams are so, like, the most random. They say that everyone you see in your dreams are people that you've seen in real life.
I don't think that's true.
Like, either passerbys.
People say that, but I don't think that's true.
I don't know. I feel like it could be true because this one time I literally had a dream about this girl that I only follow on Instagram. I've never even spoken. She's our other friend's friend. And I had a dream about her. I made up like a personality for her because I've never spoken to this person before in my life.
So you've never had a dream though where someone a stranger who you've never seen before is in your dream?
I mean, I feel like there are like generic people in my dreams. But I feel like they might just be an amalgamation of like.
Well, exactly. But so if it's an amalgamation of
but
a person,
it's still from people that you've seen in real life. Like it's references that you've seen.
To me, that doesn't count.
Oh, okay, so what counts as a stranger then?
Well, no, that's not what I said. That doesn't count as a person that you've seen, because what that quote is saying is that every face that you see is a composite face from somebody who you've seen before. But I think that a lot of the people that you see are amalgamations of people that you see. And it's just like your brain trying to make up a person.
Right, like a Frankenstein.
Exactly. That's what I think. That's my theory.
I mean, I don't actually know what the quote is. I'm just saying.
No, but that is what it is because I've heard it.
Okay, well,
I've heard it before. And I'm saying I don't agree with that.
Yeah, there's also like the Freudian belief of what dreams are, and it's
it's like your suppressed.
Yeah, you're like your ego or something.
Or like your trauma.
Something like that. Or how your dreams, or there's like dreams can also be kind of spiritually interpreted, where they are glimpses into like your future.
Do you believe in that?
Or like a different universe?
Do you believe in spiritual dreams?
Well, sometimes, I feel like I have premonitions in my dreams.
Really? Like what?
About how, like, if I'm going on a trip and I dream of like something dark, something whatever, there usually is like rain that accompanies it.
Oh.
And I don't know if that's coincidence, but every time I have like sort of dreams about I'm in a dark room or something is like very claustrophobic, it's because there's a storm.
Well, my mom also has premonitions, and she fully believes that they exist and that they're like real.
Oh yeah, didn't she have like a really weird premonition once?
Well, okay, so she had a premonition. She's had a couple premonitions. On the day, so the day before her brother died, she had a dream where her brother was giving her like a white rose. And white roses are like symbolize like
right.
death, and like they're given out at like funerals and stuff like that.
Right.
And then she had that dream and she was really shaken up by it, and then later that day she has a call and it's like, your brother is dead.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I also feel like well, actually, I got this idea from fucking Marvel. What? Where in the latest Doctor Strange, they're saying how dreams are basically like a glimpse into an alternate universe.
Oh.
And I think that's cute. I think that, I don't know if I believe that, but I think that's a cute idea.
It would be fun if it was.
Right.
But imagine people who have fucked up dreams. Like, that alternate universe is fucked up.
Well, then be glad that you're not in a fucked up universe.
You're right. You're right.
But
I think dreams are really interesting because they're kind of like, you go to sleep, which is very low effort, and then you dream, which then gives you a bunch of serotonin, and it like...
Does it?
Well, I don't know if it gives you serotonin,
right,
but
like... making up facts.
Well, girl, what I'm trying to say is that, like, you can get transported to a fantasy world, and so a lot of people, I think, kind of get trapped into the thought of wanting to, like, live in their dreams.
You know what gives me serotonin in my dreams?
What?
This is gonna make me sound so psycho, but I love nightmares.
You love nightmares?
I love nightmares. Because when I have a nightmare or like a scary dream, I always eventually realize that I'm dreaming because it's like a horror movie to me. I'm like, oh, this is just, I'm watching a scary movie. And it might be because I just watch a lot of horror movies that I just become desensitized to my own goddamn dreams. But I'm like, oh, okay, so then there's no stakes here. I'm not actually going to die. Let me just like go on this roller coaster. And so a lot of times I will wake up in the middle of the night like from being scared of my nightmare, but I'm like, wait, my heart is pounding like I was on a roller coaster.
Wow.
And like, let me try to go back to that dream. Let me fall back asleep and go back.
Wait, so you like it when you're scared, or are you not usually scared?
Low key.
See, I have kind of like an opposite issue, is that I never have nightmares.
Oh.
Because like it's very hard to scare me, and so girl. Oh, period. I mean, that kind of worked, but like,
I'm screaming.
But like, my brain just doesn't even try most of the time, because it's like, but I used to get a lot of nightmares when I was young. Like, I would have fucked up dreams when I was young.
Like what?
Okay, so I had this one dream, and I was like 7 or something, and so it was from the perspective of a security camera in the elevator.
Oh, interesting.
And so I walk into the elevator, right? Like, I'm third person.
So are your dreams usually in like a different POV, or does it change?
Usually it's first person, but it's actually, it can change.
Interesting.
Like, I've had a lot of third person dreams also. But so in this dream, I was in the elevator, right? And then my mom walks in, and then some guy walks in after my mom. And then he puts on a ski mask, and then he like has a gun, and then he's like, he takes the gun and he's like, give me all your money, to like my mom. And then my mom is like, what the fuck? And then she's like not cooperating essentially. So then he shoots her.
Oh my God.
Literally. And so then I'm alone with like the man in like the elevator, and then like I'm screaming, and I'm like, the elevator's not moving also.
Right.
And so like I'm screaming and I'm trying to get out, and then I'm like pressing the little help button, and it's like just not working, and then the camera just went out and I like woke up, and I was like really scared from that.
Oh my God.
And like imagine being a child having that dream.
When I was a kid, I would also have recurring nightmares.
Really?
And those actually scared me when I was a kid. One of them was like low-key just a manifestation of anxiety.
Ooh,
like,
what was it?
It wasn't, nothing was happening. It was just a bunch of voices. Like, imagine a room filled with like 50 people and they're all just talking at the same time.
Oh, like schizophrenic.
Well, I'm not going to claim that I'm schizophrenic.
Right, but it was giving that vibe.
Right. So it's like, imagine I'm just asleep, and then in my dreams, I just hear 50 people, like, all, like, talking really loud in my head, and I would wake up, like, so stressed out.
That's horrible.
But that's low-key, like, I imagine that as the manifestation of anxiety.
Why?
Because that's, like, what it feels like.
Like, in
Anxiety.
your head, it feels like?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then another recurring dream is that I'm being chased by the Joker.
Not the Joker.
Literally. The original Jack Nicholson Joker scared me as a kid.
Yeah, that
And
one's
so
ugly.
I got recurring dreams about like clowns and being chased by clowns.
Oh, I think you told me that.
And I'm always in the airport. And I'm like running away from Joker, and then I think I lose him, and then he somehow ends up in the Batmobile.
Oh.
And then the Batmobile crashes through like the terminals and
Not
like crashes
that.
through the walls.
Not that.
And then he catches me, and then I wake up.
Oh.
Right.
Well, I'm Team Joker.
Well, I used to keep a dream journal.
Wait, so you don't do that anymore?
You know, I'm kind of lazy now.
What period?
But I have some stuff that I wrote for my dream journal. These are so random. So let me read some stuff to you. So let me literally just start from the first one.
Okay.
I called a teacher unfit to manage us since we were some kid with Down syndrome. Was making loud noises with a maraca. It wouldn't stop, and the teacher said she didn't fare. So I just said, you don't care, then that means you don't know how to manage a group of students and you should leave. Keep in mind, I'm writing these in my journal like not even half awake. I'm like a quarter awake.
Okay, clearly.
Okay, another one is me and my friend were forced to go to the YMCA to go work out, but my other friend was there, so it was awkward, so I just sat on a machine without turning around, and then we found a bigger space, and there were people bouncing around on tight ropes and stuff. The personal coach showed us how to work the monkey bars.
Oh, pure. Not her avoiding her friend in the dream.
Literally, here's another one. I literally wrote Paxi the Frog.
Oh, purr, she's a celebrity.
And this feels like heroin.
Oh, purr.
Do you want to explain who Paxi the Frog is?
Girl, I really don't.
Oh, you should.
Poxy the Frog is a stuffed animal that I have. And let's just leave it at that. Maybe he can make an appearance with his wife.
Right. Like the audience wants to see Paxi.
Girl.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Noah Centineo is gay. And is posting a lot of porn on his Instagram.
By the way, that's just reality.
He's gay?
Well, no, but he was posting porn.
Of course you would know that.
Girl, you didn't?
No.
Well, girl. Clearly your subconscious knew. Let's clog that tea.
Now, well, I guess we're gonna have to look that up later.
Right. It's not even cute. It's really not.
Oh, another one is my mom replaces all my bedside pictures. I got super mad and I really wanted them back, so I yell at my mom while crying. She tells me it's in her closet, so I go find it and I wake up, literally hyperventilating.
Not over pictures.
Oh my god, these are like way too personal.
Say it.
No, I'm not gonna say it because it's
Say
about
it.
other people we know in real life. So I'll tell you later, but this one's about you.
Not
You're
that.
getting a huge tattoo of this girl on your back, and the tattoo artist was sketching it onto your back without a stencil. Your dad, for some reason, is my childhood friend's dad.
The fuck?
So let's just say your dad ended up being Asian.
Oh.
And then the artist kept getting distracted, and the room was like a hospice care with a bunch of white beds.
Oh.
And then my sister said that Skinny Pop is better than other snacks.
Her. She ate that.
Like,
she ate that.
Imagine my train of thoughts.
That is very ADHD.
Right.
Like, I'm not even seeing it thread at all.
Sometimes I wake up, if I'm dreaming like a lot, I like low-key go into a minor coma.
What does that mean?
Like it's like noon at this point. And I know I have to wake up. And I do wake up, but my dreams are so strong that it literally pulls me back in.
Like you just fall back asleep?
Yes. I'm like, I have to wake up. And I do wake up, and I know what reality is, and then my eyes close again, and then I'm dreaming all over.
Oh.
And then this process takes like 1 or 2 hours, and then this is what causes me to wake up at like past noon sometimes.
Ooh.
And it's a really frustrating thing that happens to me, and it's because like my dreams are so realistic in the moment.
Are your dreams are your dreams like coherent and like, or are they like everything's happening all at once? Because my dreams, I don't know if you're the same way, but my dreams are vignettes. And so it's like I'll have one thing happen, one scenario, one background, then it ends. Then I go to a completely new scenario, completely new background, completely new people.
That happens to me sometimes, and then sometimes there's recurring characters from like vignette number 1 that makes appearance in vignette number 3.
So you would say that you also dream in vignettes?
Sometimes, but sometimes I'd be dreaming entire TV show plots.
Oh wow!
I'm like, let me record these and like write a script.
Well, in the future you probably could.
Right.
Like. That's crazy.
No, but I love those dreams where I have like a full plot, because I'm like basically watching a free TV show.
Low key, it's like sometimes the best ideas for like writing comes from dreams.
Oh, 100%.
Not even sometimes. I think a lot of times.
Right. Here's another one. My dad died, so I started pissing on the lawn.
Girl.
But yeah.
Okay. Well, she got a real interesting subconscious.
No, literally.
Like, let me call Freud.
Do you have any dreams where you're flying?
No. My dreams are very realistic. I don't dream anything that can't happen in real life.
Well, that's
because I don't like fantasy. And I don't like sci-fi. So, like, dragons and, like, unicorns and, like, flying hippopotamus, like, none of that shit is in my dreams.
Well, she's just not creative.
Girl, no. It's just I like reality. I don't like living in a fantasy world. She just can't
think beyond the box.
Well, period.
Like, she within the box.
Right, because I love box.
Right. That's why she is a box.
I'm a box eater. I'm a box muncher.
You really wish, actually.
Well, girl, that's her dreams.
Girl, because
she be having wet dreams.
I really don't, actually. Do you want to talk about that?
Girl, no.
So why'd you bring it up?
Because you had it in your notes, girl.
Because she's like, oh, I want to keep this clean. I want to keep this PG. And then she's the one that brings up wet dreams.
But she's the one who had it in her notes. So let's clock that.
Okay, as a joke.
Girl, okay.
And I said we don't have to talk about that, but now she wants to talk about it.
I really don't.
Okay.
You can talk about it.
I'm not going to talk about it.
Okay.
Because I don't know nothing about that.
Me neither, girl.
Wet dreams as in going to the water park.
Right.
Wet dreams as in going to the beach.
As in peeing on the lawn.
Exactly.
Did you hear the thing where it's like if you pee in your dream, you pee in real life?
I mean, that's true as a kid.
That never happened to me.
You've never wet the bed?
I mean, I've wet the bed, but not because I was peeing in my dream.
You've never peed in your dream and you peed?
No. I've peed in my dream before, and I've not peed in my pants. Yes.
I feel like you probably have. You just don't remember.
No, I haven't.
Considering you don't even remember what happened 3 hours ago?
Well, I would remember. I would remember if I peed in my dream and then peed in my pants, because I specifically.
Oh my god!
What?
Sometimes I have dreams where I'm shitting.
Ew.
And I'm scared that I actually shat.
Ew.
I'm not kidding.
That's really TMI.
And then I wake up and I'm like, oh god, please tell me this didn't actually happen.
Why are you shitting in your dream?
That's my question. I don't know.
Like, why is that a part of your dream?
Well,
like that's never ever been a dream.
You the one talking about realistic dreams, and I'm making the most realistic dream.
Girl, it's just like you have so many things that you could be dreaming about. Are you dreaming about that?
I'm not choosing to dream
Comment
about that.
comment if that's a part of your dreams.
Right. Comment if you have scat dreams.
Not that. Please don't comment if you have that type of dream.
We don't kink shame here.
I am.
Okay.
I will.
Well, I'm a kink encourager.
She really fake for the pod.
Another thing is, have you ever sleepwalked?
No, I've never sleptwalked. But I know people who have.
I have sleptwalked once or twice, actually.
Really? Like in your house?
Yeah, so there's one time where I was visiting family in China.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was because of, like, the huge, what's it called? Jet lag that I had. That my sleep was just really disturbed. And I was in my aunt's apartment. And tell me why I was looking for the bathroom in my dream. And I ended up in the balcony. Literally. And then they had to get me off the balcony.
Oh my god.
And I don't know if I was trying to piss in the balcony or if I was just, like, trying to look around.
That's horrible. You
I
could have
know.
died.
I could have not been here to tell this story.
Right.
So that's the real tea.
So shout out her family for saving you.
So you've never sleptwalk.
No.
Have you had sleep paralysis before?
Oh my god, I used to have sleep paralysis really bad as a kid.
Really?
It would be really bad. So you know, like those. Oh my god. Okay, so this is also a nightmare that I used to have as a kid.
Oh.
So I would literally fall asleep, and then in my dream, I would be in my bed.
Not that.
And my eyes would be open. So in my dream, I'm in my bed and I can't fall asleep. And I didn't know that it was a dream.
Do you see, like, a shadowy figure?
Yes.
Really?
And so I would see, like, because my door would be open, and outside my door, I would see someone, like, crawling, like, walking inside my room, like a figure. And so I would see that figure coming inside my room, and then I would want to scream. Like, internally, in my mind, I was screaming. And I would be, like, trying to scream loudly, and I couldn't scream. I couldn't get it out. And I would be like,
scream.
Girl, no. Like, it was very traumatizing. And so then I would be trying to get it out, and I couldn't. And then I would actually wake up. And then I would actually wake up, and I would be like, oh, my God. So that was a fucking dream.
Oh, wow.
And sometimes...
What's up with that? With, like, everyone who has sleep paralysis always sees a person.
Really?
Like, sees a figure.
That's scary. I didn't know that.
Like...
Sleep paralysis is horrible. It's very bad.
I don't think I've ever had it. I've just had, like, comas.
Yeah, no, sleep paralysis was a really big issue for me, and also it affected me so long that up until like high school, I still would have dreams where if I woke up, like, okay, because I am a light sleeper, so if you would come into my room and wake me up and I didn't know, I would have moments where I would just wake up screaming. I'm not kidding. That's happened many times.
Oh
actually.
my god.
Yeah, I'm actually traumatized.
Also, she tries to deny this, but she's literally a snorer.
But so are you, so let's talk about that.
I'm not a snorer.
You fully are.
Sometimes I do,
are.
sometimes I do.
Well,
But
sometimes I do.
You actually do it every night.
Mm-mm.
Yes. I was roommates with him for like a year, and every night he'd be snoring.
Well, also
So clock
you.
that.
Also you.
Clock that.
Well, period. So we both be snoring.
I'm not a snorer.
You fully are.
I
like
do
you want to
not-
live in some delusion that you're not, but you fully are.
I do not snore every day.
Girl.
I snore maybe like once in a week.
Oh,
once a week.
she's keeping a timetable.
Girl, period.
Like.
Because I'm clocking the real facts.
Well,
I'm not trying to be
period.
gaslit on here.
Well,
on this
period.
Pat
Well,
pod.
period.
So.
Anyways, nothing wrong with being a snorer.
Yes,
We
there
said
is.
snoring
yes,
rights.
there is.
So now she kink shaming me.
Snoring is your kink?
Pure filling. That's my kink.
Oh, so that's why when I was snoring, you were paying attention.
Goodbye.
There was one time where I was on a trip. I don't even remember why I was. But we were in a hotel room with me, my dad, my friend, and his dad, who was your dad in my dream.
Girl, period.
And they're all snorers.
Really?
And for me, it kind of, like, takes me a while to just fall asleep sometimes. And with that happening in the room, I could not fall asleep.
Really?
I could not fall asleep. I was actually so desperate to fall asleep.
Are you that light of a sleeper?
No, I'm not. But that night I just could not fall. Girl, I'm telling you, 3 men who are snoring. It's like a snore competition.
That's why you gotta fall asleep first.
Fully. And I couldn't that night because I was probably just like excited about the trip. But I'm telling you, I was so desperate to fall asleep that night. I literally walked out to the hotel lobby. I tried to sleep on one of the couches. But then I was like, I'm still can't fall asleep because I'm too anxious with other people watching me. So I'm just going to go back and try to fall asleep. And I think I ended up getting maybe 2 hours of sleep.
Oh my God.
And I was so cranky the next day. And they were like so refreshed. And they were ready to go. And I was like, bitch, I'm trying to sleep.
Fully. Can you sleep in cars? Like in moving?
Oh, I love sleeping in cars.
See, that's something I can't do. I can't sleep on planes. I can maybe sleep on a plane, but a car and like just other moving vehicles, I can't do it.
Really?
I'm way too I get jolted awake too easily.
I think to me it feels like a baby crib.
See, but that's never been an appeal to me. Also, I need full darkness to sleep. So I hate it when people have the fucking lights on.
He's really picky when it comes to falling asleep.
Yeah, it's true. Like, some people like to sleep with, like, the TV on. Oh, my God. I remember I was at a sleepover once when I was, like, in 5th grade. Mm-hmm. And this fucking family slept with the fucking TV on. Mm-hmm. And so I was waiting for them to fucking turn the TV off. Because, like, we were all watching TV, and then, like, they went to sleep. Because, like, we were, like... I don't know, like in sleeping bags or whatever, but okay. So, like, they went to sleep, and I was waiting for them to turn this TV off because I thought that someone was watching it the whole night. And it took me until, like, 3 a.m. to be like, okay, I'm just going to turn the TV off. And I was fully just watching it because I was like, I can't fucking fall asleep. And then I looked around, and everyone else was asleep, and I was like, what the fuck? Why is it on? Because I had never, the thought of falling asleep with the TV had never occurred to me until that moment.
I kind of understand it because when I'm falling asleep, sometimes I need like a YouTube video in the background.
No.
Like, I think just the mundane, like not a really interesting YouTube video, just like some fucking random one where it's just a mundane person talking about something I don't even care about.
No, okay, because it can be something that I don't even care about, but if it's noise, I can't sleep.
Really?
Because I need silence. And I need darkness.
I think I fall asleep easier when there's white noise.
No, white noise is different, but white noise like at a very, very low volume.
And we're back.
Hi.
I realized the video was getting really choppy for some reason. Maybe just because it's overheating. Probably.
Yeah, it's probably because it's overheating.
Right.
So we gotta wrap this up.
Well, we got a job to do. So let's not get impatient.
Well, Piri.
Another thing I wanted to talk about was, do you know who Kris Tyson is?
I do not.
So, I also did not know who this person was before everyone started talking about her on the internet. But Kris Tyson was a member of Mr. Beast's team.
Uh-huh.
And I'm gonna be honest, I don't even watch Mr. Beast like that.
I mean, I fully don't.
Like, I think, I'm sure Mr. Beast is great. And I would love some money from him.
Girl, Philly.
That's the real tea. But Kris Tyson was like a staple member of his team and a fan favorite.
Uh-huh.
So she was married to a woman and had kids, and then she came out as a trans woman. And so then
wait, like she's MTF or she's FTM?
MTF.
Okay.
Yes. And so the internet kind of blew up over this and how they're saying this is so sad that our Kris is dead, and like, why would you do this to yourself? Like, you're ruining your kid and your wife, and basically just like saying really transphobic things and taking the opportunity to just be really transphobic. And I'm like, I feel like in 2023, when someone comes out as trans, we're still having behavior like this. And like, we saw this with Dylan Mulvaney also.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't know, like,
I mean, she got it really bad.
Yeah. But Kris Tyson's also getting it really bad. So she went on Anthony Padilla's like series where he does like interviews. And so from there, people were like making fun of her, and Kris Tyson was Anthony Padilla was like, oh girl, there's a fly in here. But Anthony Padilla was like, do you change your voice at all? Is that something you're gonna change? And Kris Tyson was like, yeah, I've been working with like a speech therapist to like feminize my voice. And so she had like this process of doing it, and people were like making fun of her for doing that. And I'm like, this is so mean.
Yeah, well, I mean, she's brave for posting that on the internet.
Yeah.
Because people on the internet are going to be brutal and they're going to be mean, especially when you have a predominantly male fan base like Mr. Beast does.
100%.
So they're not going to be as forgiving.
And I'm sure a lot of the fans of Kris personally were also men.
Exactly. And also, you were saying like 2023, but I feel like the pendulum is kind of swinging.
It is.
And there's been a lot of conservative rhetoric, a lot of like hateful rhetoric towards like not only online but in politics too, against like LGBT members and like gay people and trans people, and it's been a rough year.
Just because people are not being outwardly transphobic does not mean their thoughts, their beliefs.
Oh, 100%. I mean, sometimes even the people who are quote unquote fighting for like people's rights can actually have other opinions where in their own heads they might not agree with it. Like, not to get too political.
Which is why people are like, oh, like, it's not that racist anymore, but it's just because they're not behaving racistly. But
I mean, anyone who says that is very ignorant.
Right.
Like, that gets on my nerves when people say, or
and naive.
People in Europe will be like, oh, racism doesn't exist in Europe. That's only an American thing. Have you ever heard that?
Yes, I've heard that.
And I'm like, girl, like, racism exists everywhere.
Everywhere.
You just want to think it's only an American thing because
we talk about it so much.
Right, because we're the ones who talk about it. Y'all are the ones who keep it undercover and who have a bunch of microaggressions.
And also the other T is because most European, okay, I won't say most because I honestly don't be knowing like that, but I would say a good amount of European countries are more homogenous.
Oh, yeah.
And so they don't have to deal with like a higher population of people talking about racism and colorism.
That's true.
And we're back. We had to literally move spots again because my phone was overheating.
Yeah. So now we're in a more shaded area.
Right. Let's really hope no Karen comes and kicks us out.
Right. Let's do this really quick.
Right. We are really a mobile podcast.
Fully.
We're the walk and talk.
Fully. But so I remember what I was going to say back when we were back over there. So you talking about the Kris Tyson thing reminded me of an ad I saw on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like some ad, and I don't know who it was sponsored by or like what organization was even doing this ad.
Okay.
But it was an ad, and it was like LGB,
and
then there's T. And it was like, join the organization of gays and lesbians who are fighting to get rid of the T.
Really?
Yeah, and it was like pretty much they were trying to say like...
And their tagline is, and that's the T.
Right. That's better than typing they could probably come up with.
Right.
And so,
hire me as the marketing.
Right. And so like they were talking about like the people, like the gay people who are not interested in being associated, I guess, with transgender people. And so I just wanted to like bring that up, like the LGB movement. Like, have you heard about that before?
I have not heard about that, but that is a very interesting conversation because LGBT, the only thing that is different, we're not even going to talk about like the QIA plus part. Let's just go with the OG LGBT like definition. The part of that has always been different is the T, because that doesn't necessarily have to deal with sexuality. That's about gender.
That's true.
I think the reason why it's linked together is because the trans community and the queer community have always been together, has always been part of the same fight, the same community, which is why I think trying to separate that is a little like insensitive to the culture.
Right, and it's like it's downplaying what all the rights that like
that we've worked together
to get.
Like the queer community is not the same without the trans community.
Exactly. Like, and it's not even like, I know for a lot of people nowadays it is separate, but back in the day, like, it wasn't even separate. We were all seen as the same.
Exactly.
And so now it's like we have a place of privilege because being gay is so accepted.
Exactly. Clock that T, girl.
Like,
really clock that T.
Right. And so it's like now, like, just people who are like cis gay men especially
cis gay white
especially have a lot of like protection.
Yes.
Meanwhile, trans people do not have that same protection, even if you pass completely.
You know, if we're gonna talk, you know, like definition wise between sexuality and transgenderism, yes, those are different, but community and culture wise, we're one and the same. We've always been together.
Exactly.
So I think, yeah, the why separate the T?
It's just stupid, and it's like, you know what it is people trying to pander to respectability politics, because they're like, oh, the trans are making us look crazy. It's the same people who were like
oh, like gay people are saying trans people make our community look bad?
Right, like it's the same type of people.
That's so fucked up.
It's the same type of people who would say things like, oh, like, I hate gay guys who are too flamboyant. Like, I just want to be a normal guy. Like, being gay is, like, not my whole personality or something, you know, like, things like that.
Right.
When it's, like, the people who are flamboyant are the ones who were brave enough to be who they are so that you can get the...
First of all, that phrase is coming from a place of internalized homophobia.
Oh, fully.
It's like, oh, I'm better than thou because I don't act as flamboyant and I don't present as gay.
Because you can't clock me that I'm
You know what's
like,
what that's also giving? That's reminding me of someone we both knew. Of someone who's like, I don't watch RuPaul's Drag Race.
Ooh.
Because, like, I'm above that.
Well, there are many people like that.
Exactly. Because they think, oh, not participating in a very gay show, that means you're better than other people?
Right.
Like,
and it doesn't make you better. It really doesn't. If anything, it makes you insecure.
100%.
Honestly. Like, I've met the most manliest, like, really buff, like, gay guys who you would never even think that they're gay, and they watch RuPaul's Drag Race. Like, it's nothing because they're secure in themselves. Like, watching a TV show does not make you any less of a man. Being gay does not make you any less of a man. Being flamboyant does not make you any less of a man.
I like to take the time to give a shout out to my straight guy friends out there. I don't have that many, but I want to take a second and say I really do appreciate them, because of all of the straight people that I could meet, they really turned out to be like good ones. Like, they are honestly so comfortable with themselves and like just don't care. Like, and that's how it should be. Like, if you are straight and you know that you're straight, why are you insecure about being around someone who's queer and like being exposed to like queer culture, queer whatever? Like, that's not gonna make you queer.
Exactly.
Unless you are.
And also the thing is, like, some straight guys will be like, oh, I don't want to be around gay people because I don't want them to hit on me. Like, girl. We're not. Don't flatter yourself.
Literally.
Like, we're really not. We're really good.
Like, pass.
Fully.
Actually.
Like, that's just being self-centered at that point.
I don't do people still say that? I feel like that's such an outdated thing.
People say that.
Really?
They still say that, yeah.
Oh my god.
No, okay, here's the thing. We kind of live in our own little bubble of, like, people who are progressive and don't have, like, super stupid as fuck mindsets. But trust me, people who still think like it's the 90s exist.
No, you're right. I think, okay, we are actually very privileged.
Yeah.
We're in the South, but we're in a very, like, progressive part of the South.
We're in, like, probably the most progressive part of the South that you could be.
Exactly. But obviously there's a lot of conservative areas still.
Exactly.
And
I mean, we are probably fine if, like, we are walking down the street holding hands, like, with another guy of the same gender.
Oh, not with each other, girl.
Well, girl. That? But I'm saying, like, if we were
like,
to
thank you.
Girl, oh my lord. I said another guy of the same gender. Like, not you, child.
Oh, so you're not into me?
Girl. Okay, period. Okay. Girl, but back to my point. Like, if we were to walk down the street holding hands with, like, someone of the same gender, we would not probably get any stares. Because it's fine in this area.
And we have pride parades.
Exactly.
Here,
but there are a lot of areas in the same state and in the South and just in America in general where you will get, like, stared at if you're walking down, like, being openly gay. And, like, it'll be the talk of the town, and it's just, like, horrible to be gay in those types of places. And so if you are someone who is watching this and you're, like, in a really country and rural area, just know that it gets better, and we're here for you. And
you can move out.
If you need an outlet, we're here.
Right, that's fine. That's the point of Jelly.
Right.
Like, dead ass.
Right.
We I was gonna say we are queer representation, but, like, we represent nobody, girl.
Well, we represent ourselves.
Exactly.
Not even.
Because we are so unique superstars.
Not even for any future employers. I don't represent myself. I'm a hologram.
Not a hologram. She's so stupid.
Right, she Gemma on the holograms.
Right. But the point is, Kris Tyson, welcome to the community, for real. And...
I don't know her, but good for her.
Right, and this is to like any trans people or anyone who is in the closet, live your truth, be authentically yourself.
Because life is too short to live for other people.
And you will have haters for that, but you're gonna have haters even if you're not queer.
Exactly, you're gonna have haters regardless.
But what you will have by coming out and being who you are is an entire community who will support you. Well, not everyone in the community, but
well, here's the thing,
you'll have Jelly.
Right, you'll have us. But if you are in a position where it's not financially okay for you to, if you're still living with your parents, if you're still in high school, and you have really abusive parents who maybe are not supportive of the gay lifestyle or whatever, then don't.
Yeah,
it's okay to take your time.
Yes.
But just know that it's always going to be here for when you are ready.
I think the concept of coming out is a little dated now.
I agree.
I think we should... I'm part of the LGBT movement. Just get rid of the definition of coming out. Mm-hmm. I heard someone say it's better to perceive it as letting someone in. Because it is your privilege... Or no, it is their privilege to be in your world. You give them permission to be a part of your world. So if you don't want to come out to someone... You don't need to feel the pressure. There shouldn't be this standard of just because I'm queer, that means I have to come out to every person.
I mean, honestly, that's so entitled.
Yeah.
Just because you meet a straight... if you meet a straight person at your job, why do people feel like you
are
entitled to have to tell them?
Exactly.
That doesn't affect my work at this job at all.
Exactly.
You don't have to know that information about me.
And if your truth is a flamboyant homosexual, continue being a flamboyant person. Right. And if someone asks you, "Are you gay?" You don't need
to... You have to tell them it's none of your business.
It's literally none of their business.
Right.
So, that's our PSA for the day.
Period. Coming out is very outdated. It is outdated.
It is outdated.
I never came out to my family.
Oh, really?
No. It's just obvious at this point.
I was gonna say.
But I just never felt the need to, because I was you either with the program or you're not with the program.
Period. And that's how it should be.
Exactly.
But speaking about another member of our LGBT community, do you know Kevin Leonardo?
Oh, I've heard of him. I have heard of him.
So he is a internet personality. Let's just say that. He has recently gone viral. I mean, it's not recent at this point. This is kind of old news.
Right, it's old.
But let's just talk about it. So he put out this video about how to wax his hole. And it's on YouTube. And
you
guys
really about to get us demonetized?
Well, it's on YouTube and it's not demonetized, so...
No, that video is.
Demonetized?
Yeah.
No.
Because it's age restricted.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh.
There's no way it would not, I mean, it shouldn't even be on YouTube, to be honest. But, there was no way it would be on YouTube if it wasn't age restricted.
Right, but what we're referring to is he really gives you the full tutorial. The full how-to, the full wiki how.
Yes. It's really in-depth.
Yes. Within the first 5 seconds, you get to know him very well.
Mm-hmm. Let's just say, we're not going to ruin it for you, but go type in Kevin Leonardo Nair on YouTube and just watch it. Just watch the first 5 seconds.
And let us know how you feel.
Right. It's really informative. Let's just leave it at that.
Right. But do you know, have you just seen his other videos?
Okay, I'm not going to lie. I was watching one of his tutorials.
And putting it into practice?
Yeah. And it worked. So he knows what he's talking about.
Okay.
And I appreciate him for making those videos. So Kevin Leonardo, if you're watching this, we appreciate you. Right. I appreciate you, girl. Some people might not.
Well.
But I see the vision.
And you practice the vision.
Right.
I'm
gonna start recording my own tutorial too.
You should.
Girl, bye.
I see that for you, actually.
I see that for you.
She wants to start her own YouTube channel, and that's what you should do.
Oh, you're for Ray. I'm gonna be Kevin Leonardo part 2.
Fully. But there was one time Kevin Leonardo was like, I feel like I could be Latina passing.
He said that.
Yes.
Well, you thought he was, so I guess he's right.
I didn't say that.
But you were like, I told you that he was Asian, and you were like,
I knew he was
a name
Asian.
like Leonardo?
I said I knew he was Asian, but I was like, why is his last name Leonardo? Girl.
Well, I thought you said that. I thought you said like you didn't know he was Asian.
No, girl. He's very clearly, evidently Asian.
I mean, there are Latinos who look Asian, though.
Are there?
Yes. Like, sometimes, like, Peruvians.
Also,
certain Mexicans.
I guess.
You gotta know where to look, but it's very possible. Mainly Peruvians, I would say. Well, I think we have some Reddit stories lined up. Do you want to read those?
Sure.
Okay, so this one's called Am I the Asshole for Telling My Brother It's Pathetic That He Can't Do the Basics of What His Wife Did?
Okay.
So it goes, I love my sister-in-law and brother. They have 2 kids, and my sister-in-law, Rachel, was kind of a stay-at-home mom. She worked from home part-time, but also took care of the kids and all the chores. I was over multiple times, and the house was spotless. Really, I thought she was just extra cleaning when she had guests, but no. When I had my kid, she showed me her schedule. She would be up at 5 for meal prepping for the whole day. Like she never stopped, and a lot of her tips helped me with my own home. Now, my brother lost his job, and it was decided that Rachel would go back to work full-time, and he would stay at home. The kids are in kindergarten and 1st grade. He had this on easy mode. I've been over to help sometimes since he just sucks at it. The house is always a mess. The kids are usually late to school. He asked me to drive them after the school talked to him. He doesn't cook. It's just sad. He got in an argument with his wife since dinner wasn't done and she had to make it. He was ranting about how it is unfair that he is trying. And he is trying. I told him that it's pathetic that he can't do the basics of what his wife did. He has 8 hours free and he can't keep the house clean. I told him she will divorce him if he doesn't stop being lazy and figure
Oh my
it out.
god.
He laughed after calling me a jerk, and my mom is now on me for what I said. Updates. I love my sister-in-law. My mom apologized to me. Rachel sent my mom what the kitchen and house looks like. The messages from the school and apparently a text argument about how he shouldn't be doing this. She gave him 2 options, get his shit together or get out. I learned a lot more about the situation and learned he wasn't packing the kids' lunches for the last 2 days. I think he just broke his marriage.
So TLDR, this man just doesn't know how to do anything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's very common.
It is common.
And a lot of men are babied by the women around them.
Exactly. And I think...
Like, have you heard, like, the thing of, like the cliche of, like, oh, he's in college, but he still takes his clothes to his mom's to wash them?
I have heard that, but I don't know anyone who does that.
I know people like that.
Really? Well...
It's a thing. It's really a thing.
I just think... Listen. That kind of behavior is... I feel like it's taught. It kind of comes from how you grow up, how you're raised. If your parents coddle you and let you off the hook with everything and will do the laundry for you and will clean and cook and do everything for you, I think there's a strong chance you will get used to that kind of behavior.
Exactly.
And you won't want to learn it on your own. Now, it's different if you move out and then you're like, okay, now it's time for me to be an adult and actually learn how to do these things and, like, take responsibility. But no, it's, you know, they become adults, they get married.
My question is, how did you get married and then have kids and you still never learn how to do this? Like, did you never have a period...
Because their wife will do it for them.
But, like, I'm like, did you never have a period where you were living on your own? Where you had to do it for yourself? Did you never care?
I mean, they probably did it, but in, like, a not... like great way. You know how like sometimes you'll go to like a guy's like apartment and it looks like a college dorm even though it's a full-on apartment or house?
Yeah. I mean, not only men. I've seen that from women too.
You're right, but I'm giving women the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
But yeah, some men like they just don't care. Like they live like pigs for however long it takes for them to get married.
See, this is my thing. If you want to live like that, that's fine. Live your life.
Live your truth. Live your tea.
How the fuck are you having kids and still acting like that? This is why not everybody needs to have kids. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna say it.
Because okay, and then
I'm pro-abortion because some of y'all really
Period.
don't need to be having kids. Some of y'all not ready for kids.
I'm
Some of y'all
pro-abstinence.
Fully, like some of y'all really need to buy condoms because you're not ready to have kids. You're not responsible enough for kids. You can't afford having kids, and you're gonna raise your kids, and it's gonna be a horrible situation, and your kids are gonna grow up resenting you.
Right.
So fuck that tea.
He's talking about that while kids are walking by
Ooh.
in a stroller.
Ooh.
Yeah, I agree. I just think let's not coddle our young boys and our young women.
Or children in general.
Exactly. And if you are...
But a lot of parents coddle their kids. And it will always happen. It always has happened. And you know what also happens? Like, in certain cultures, sometimes the moms or, like, the parents will make the daughters do work, and then the sons don't have to do anything.
Yeah. And it's actually encouraged.
It's kind of common in Hispanic cultures.
It's actually encouraged because it's like in some cultures when men have to do the household things, that makes you not a man because that's what women are supposed to do.
Yeah.
They're supposed to cook and clean, take care of the children. But okay, we're in American society, you know, we're trying to be more progressive, trying to be better for ourselves. And that's honestly the equality part, like taking on the responsibilities.
Yeah.
That not deemed as like roles for women. And also if you are a married woman, don't coddle your husband as well.
Oh, fully.
They are grown-ass men and they should be doing things that they should know how to do as an adult. And I think part of it comes from when you are dating, you should be living with them for an extended amount of time before deciding to have kids and getting married.
Fully. But, girl, sometimes people get married because they already had the kid. And they're already pregnant.
Right.
So they're like, well, guess we gotta do this now.
Exactly. But, yeah, the ideal scenario is you get to learn your habits of your partner through living. And if you realize this person is a bum,
Ooh.
living in a slum, looking like crumbs,
Right. The wind really felt that one.
then maybe tell them to, like, grow a pair.
Right. Maybe it's time to move on.
Exactly.
How do you feel about stay-at-home moms?
I actually want to have a conversation with my sister about this because I think my sister would be okay with being a stay-at-home mom
Really?
if it weren't for the money part.
Well, girl. Well, that's the question. I think a stay-at-home mom I think it's fine if that's the dynamic that you want, as long as your man is providing.
Yeah. But I'm saying if money was not a problem, I think a lot of women would actually be okay with being stay-at-home moms.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's frowned upon by a lot of people.
Well, it's hard. It's a 24/7 job that you don't get paid for.
Exactly.
It's thankless.
Exactly.
It's a thankless job. And
Raising...
it's a hard one. It's not easy to be home.
Yeah. My sister has 2 kids, and I honestly don't know how she does it. Like, I can't even begin imagining having to take care of, let alone a child, like another person.
Let alone 2.
Exactly.
Like, hell no.
I'm like, that's crazy. That's crazy.
I really could never.
And we don't expect it from you.
And girl, that's why I said that whole speech. Because some people really don't need kids. Some of y'all not ready for it, and and I'm including myself.
Right. He doing the Lord's work by not spreading his genes.
Well, girl, the Lord already did the work by making me gay. So.
Exactly. He knew.
Right. Shout out Jesus.
Right. We love you, Jesus.
Right. For.
So there's this 29-year-old woman, I believe, and they have never been able to feel full in their lives. And then when they were 29, they went to the doctor and they had like a checkup. And it had something to do with like maybe gluten or like insulin, something like that. And they got an injection. And then for the first time in their lives, they were able to feel full and satiated from a meal. Isn't that crazy to go your whole life eating shit and it's like, I don't feel full ever.
I mean, but low-key, so I'm wondering, did her body even get the nutrients even if she was never full? Like, was she ever...
She got the nutrients,
so did
yes.
she ever feel fatigued? Like, could she go on runs? Could she be active?
I think she felt fatigued a lot.
See, that's horrible.
Right.
Because you literally can't even do anything. Like, you want to work out, you can't. You want to go on a run, you can't. You want to do anything, you can't.
People live to eat. I eat to... Oh, no. It's the opposite. Some people eat to live. I live to eat.
Well, period. I mean, like, I don't understand people who are like, I don't like food. And they're like, I just eat food because I have to.
Isn't it crazy whoever invented food?
like God?
Like, okay, let me...
Like the caveman?
No, let me be a little more specific. Like, who the fuck was like, let me put this...
You mean like processed food?
No. Like, cooking.
Uh-huh.
Like, who was like, let me put fucking basil and some thyme and some pepper and some salt into this slice of salmon?
That's true. I wonder when, like, the modern invention of cooking, like, as we know it today, was created.
Like, who thought of that?
Well, I mean, it dates back to the invention of, or the discovery of fire.
Right, well,
Because they
that's
were, like...
step one.
Right, so they would, like, kill the animal and then put it on the fire to roast.
Right. But then it's like they collected...
And then it evolved a lot from there.
Maybe someone was like accidentally dropped like a piece of fucking like thyme on their meat, and then they tasted it and it was like, wait, hold on. Well, that was another episode.
I hope you guys liked all the scenery changes.
Literally, this is the most jankiest episode ever.
We'll see if we're gonna keep doing this.
Let's try not to.
Let's try not to, okay. I kind of like it.
Oh, you like the jank vibes?
I do.
The traveling podcast vibe?
I do like the traveling podcast vibe.
Well, Jelly is now on the road, honey.
Right. Come into a city near you. We're gonna tour out of our car.
Exactly. Out of my car.
Well, Leanne, make her pay for gas.
And she fully has done that before, so that's the real tea. But as always, if you guys like our content, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share with your friends, leave a review, leave a comment, and exactly, and tell your friends about us, because we are really trying to spread the word, spread the good word.
If we can make it to 100 subscribers by the end of this year, we might have a surprise for you guys.
I have no promises for you guys. He has a surprise. He'll be dropping his first YouTube channel video.
Well,
it's
I guess you'll have to wait and see.
How to use Nair, honey.
Girl, I'm gonna leave that one to Kevin Leonardo.
All right, well, thanks for watching. Bye, everyone.